no doubt a pro sport, right?
Correct.
But something like
curling,
Foursquare.
Oh, sorry, curling is real.
Like Foursquare, another game with a ball.
Not.
Maybe you could consider it a sport, but it's not in the same league as a pro sport like baseball or basketball. So there are certain games that qualify as esports, but then there are some that not. It has to do with the quality of the game, not necessarily like the game doesn't have to look the best, but it has to play impeccably, and when I mean play perfectly, like it has to be a normative experience for everybody who plays.
Okay, that makes
See
sense.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there can't be glitches and stuff that make certain people have an advantage or could possibly mess up a match. Like it has to run the same way.
That makes sense.
Every time. So it's actually pretty well thought out.
And I'm assuming there has to be some like skill involved.
Yep, definitely has to be
that
skill
sort
involved.
of thing.
These teams are picked like there's a whole draft and stuff now. I mean, it's like you can get drafted into an esport league.
Interesting. I mean, I know you can make lots of money doing
tons.
that. Like I know you can do that. That's pretty cool.
Tons. There's one in particular called Overwatch.
I've heard of that.
Okay, which is like a arena battler kind of game, and it's a normative enough experience that it became an esport, and it actually got its own network, the Overwatch network. So like NBA network,
yeah,
or NFL network. Well, Overwatch network has its own, and of course, most of this is online because that's where you're going to find people that want to watch games being played. But yeah, I mean they
live from your mom's basement.
But they play on an international stage. I mean, there's teams from like London and
But they play in
Korea.
their mom's basement, right?
It's a big basement. It's like a
Like what
arena.
do these people do when they come out of their house for the first time in like 6 months and they are exposed and they know they're on TV?
I don't know.
I guess they put on their jersey and get on stage and play, and then make $50,000 a year.
I feel like some of them are really cool.
I don't know.
They've got to be.
I guess some of them
If you make a
are.
lot of money like doing this, there's got to be some people that are like cool people.
I'm sure some of them are cool, but some of them are probably really strange.
I'm sure some of them are so strange.
But athletes are the same way.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. All right, somebody that seems like a cool guy? Like, I don't know.
Jake Fromm,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Jay from
Sonny Michelle,
the UJ
Nick
quarterback.
Chubb.
Let's use
Let's go all
Jay.
in here.
Okay, he seems like a normal dude. Seems like a cool guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he's just a country
hunts,
boy.
Fishes.
He does things that people do in Georgia, and he's good at football.
Right.
And he's got a great career ahead of him, right? But then there's some people, like, I don't know.
Let's
How
talk
about
the criminals from Florida State?
No, because I think those are just normal kids, for the most part.
Of course
They don't know what they're doing. But
Yeah, no,
Wait a minute. Jameis didn't know he put crab legs down his pants and walked out of the store.
He did
didn't
not
steal
steal
them.
those.
Anyway,
Those were not
that's
stolen.
old news. What I'm saying is like somebody like Tom Brady's a good example. Well, I don't know. I feel like Tom Brady is a nice guy. Though.
I think he's a genuinely nice guy. He looked incredible at the Met Gala, though. I don't care what people say. He looked great.
Somebody like, man, I don't know. I can't think of anybody that's outright.
Tom Brady, like, and not know
Studio on it.
who he would not
Yeah,
think he's an athlete.
I don't know. I feel there's it's just like anything.
I think there's some weird people. Like, let me think. I don't. Well, see, here's the thing. I only know the ones that are like celebrities. This is the problem. And like,
Well, I've heard
all the
Shaun
ones that
White
are,
is
like,
very rude.
really.
Oh, rude's
heard that?
different than weird.
Like he's like not personable, just kind of odd.
Well, like,
But he seems nice in the interviews.
well, like,
But
what
then
about?
but then again, they're getting paid for that stuff. So
But what about? I bet there's like some athletes that are their athleticism like really interferes with the rest of their life. Like, okay, LeBron
Oh,
James,
yeah.
sure, he's great,
Yeah.
but like he spends so much time maintaining himself. Mm-hmm. Like he floats in a infinity floating or whatever that is. With
which
like
I've been meaning to get into that since we talked
really
about
cool.
it a couple weeks ago.
So
really
weird.
cool.
Yeah, you guys made me think of a weird one.
But like, you know, like he just spends so much time doing things like that I'm sure he's like a little weird. You know?
You think it affects his social interaction?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's so busy
Right.
maintaining himself
Which
as
I mean,
an athlete.
just like I'm like, like lots of like really successful CEOs, weird people because they spend so much
That's a
time
good example.
like thinking big and like doing these things and are busy and they
Kind of separated
kinda-
from
yeah.
normal.
not really
Society.
their own fault necessarily, but lack of practice.
I knew people like that in seminary.
Well, that's
It
actually
would scare the Jesus out of it.
It would.
There was a dude in one of my classes who used to knit. And I
Listen, fellas.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have a Me Too moment. But
If anyone's listening and you knit and you are a male, I am worried. Don't come at me in a dark room.
I'm slightly impressed. I tried to learn to knit and couldn't do it.
he said it focused him, and I'm like, well, it's unfocusing me because I can't focus on the.
I'm about to kick the studio audience out.
So Ricky Williams, do you remember Miami Dolphins, Texas, the running back?
Yes.
Dude got busted. He's a weird athlete. He got busted. His career fell apart because he smoked pot because he had social anxiety. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean that's somebody. When
That's
you said
sad.
somebody that their athletic prowess interfered with their life, I mean that. I bet it's like that for a lot of the guys. I mean, look at Marshawn Lynch.
Sure.
He didn't want to talk to anybody. I mean, but you're thrust into the spotlight and you have to.
Yeah, he wanted to be left alone.
Yeah, Nick Chubb, when he got interviewed all the time, like at the end of the Rose Bowl after we won it, Nick Chubb, they were trying to talk to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's like, hold on a minute. And he gives him Sony Michel, and Nick Chubb runs off so he doesn't have to be interviewed. It was amazing.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's cool people. I'm sure. There's
I mean-
some really weird people.
I'm just trying to be fair, okay? Because surely they can't all be weird.
No, I think that's an unfair assumption. And I think it's unfair to be like, how could you watch that? Because we all watch other sports, and like
Yeah,
it's
like-
entertaining.
Like I know there's people that think, how can you watch golf? But I think it's great.
But you like to watch it.
I think it's great, even though I can see how people would think it was boring.
Like
I think it is excellent. Oh,
NASCAR is
calling.
boring to me.
Oh, is he calling right now?
yeah.
Yeah.
NASCAR is boring to
You
me.
should answer it.
I should answer it.
Tell
Put
him
him
we're
on.
still
Tell him he's
live.
live. We need him.
He thinks we're done. That's the problem. We've gone long than normal.
Hello, Chief.
You're live on Third Thoughts.
We are still live. We are.
Is he busting in
I'm
trying
a
to shut
great
down the show
thought.
early like he normally does?
I was a great
He always tries to
additional
end.
thought.
He always tries to make the ending quick. He's like, all right,
He
I'm
does,
done.
doesn't
He's like,
he?
he's done talking. He just bails out.
Well, the
Oh, wait,
Mountain,
hold on. Do you want to be on speaker?
he needs
You wanna
another
be against
Mountain
the
Dew.
mic?
That's why he has to finish. His Mountain Dew high is worn off.
All right, bye. Love you.
That's hilarious.
He-
I love how he like because I don't know if you know this, but sometimes when we hit an hour, he's like, "Okay, wrap it up, Clay," and he'll like say that, and I'm like,
And then he's done
Who's hosting
talking. He
the
leans
show?
back in his chair.
and he pushes the mic when he does this. You know, how
And he makes that
you know how he
face,
does.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes his stomach hangs out.
That's how you know it's over.
and he's just done. But we probably should be done. We've gone an hour
Yeah,
and 20.
we have gone a long time. I was just, wow, what an
We
insight.
didn't even
What an
talk
addition.
about the immigration deportation bus.
That's
But we can
sad.
say
We
that
don't
for
want to
next
talk about
week.
that.
Yeah, don't vote for that guy. If you know what the deportation
What
bus
guy?
is, don't vote for him.
Who is
Michael
it?
Williams is his name.
He's for governor. He's trying to run for governor in Georgia.
The
Not-
back of his bus, it says deportation bus. Follow me to Mexico.
Please don't vote for that guy. Please listen to Third Thoughts. We'll be back with you next week, Wednesday at 2 p.m. like the new usual. Madison, thanks for being on.
No problem.
appreciate you.
If you like me, vote for me to come back.
Yes.
Throwing that out there.
Madison will be here all
It's like
summer,
a-
so she may be a frequent guest
A people's
on Third
choice.
Thoughts.
host.
Do let us know. We apologize if you listened to this live and there were some skips and jumps due to the internet out of our control. Wish we could fix it, but I'm going to upload this episode in its entirety so that you can listen to it and enjoy it completely. A lot of good moments today. We did a lot of stuff. It was a variety show
There
today.
was. There was a lot.
But yeah, thanks for being with us. You can catch us on the socials at Third Podcast. If you want to give to the Patreon, you can do that too. I don't know why you would, but you probably should. Patreon.com/Third Podcast. You can hit us up on Apple, on Google Play, on Spotify, on all these places where you can get podcast content. You should get it there. We love you. We appreciate you. We're out.